Hi, my name is Felix Lopez. This is my wonderful associate, Abigail Kanzler. And we're going to show you today how to use stretches to improve your back and keep your lower back in balance and make sure you have the flexibility to keep you in a safe position with your lower back. Okay, so first we're going to start with the lower back stretch. That is one of my favorites that I created myself, actually. You can strap any weight, any of those things that you can hold the weight on. She's gonna lock her leg. It's gonna be about a 45-degree angle forward and a 45-degree angle down. So she's gonna hold on, and it's gonna really pull here down the side, really stretching the muscles and the fibers, because the fibers actually go at this angle towards the spine. So we're stretching the QL and the IT band, and we're getting a good stretch. So she could get a really good stretch, just align that to go down. Remember, about 45-degree angle in order to stretch the fibers along the back here. And it goes up. And then I like to, for a warm-up, if my back is ever giving me any issue, I'll just go up and down like that. So that is one of my favorites, to get the lower back feeling so it's not tight. And you'll actually notice sometimes you get some good pops in there, and it's a good thing. The next one we're going to show is the couch stretch. So we handle the back in an elongating position. Now we're going to handle the front side of the lower back. So we're going to be stretching the hip flexors and the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle connects from the top of the femur and connects to the lower four lumbar of the spine. So she's going to go like this, step forward with that one. She's going to really curve and pull back, and it's going to feel intense stretch here. So when this is really tight from sitting all the time, when we're always sitting, we're closing, that gate there. So we want to open it up so that there's less pressure, because this muscle will actually compress the spine and give pressure to the vertebra and the discs and whatnot, and you don't want that. So this will open it up and give you some relief there, make you feel a little taller. And then so we're going to show the way that we like to do it best, which is usually requires a partner. So she's going to go like this. The further you step forward here with the foot, the more stress you're going to get in towards the hip. Okay, so she's going to stand really tall, arms under the shoulders. She's going to turn away from the hip to get even more stretch in that hip. And then I'm going to pull in to there, so she feels it. So a lot of times we like to do these PNF stretches, which is the best way to stretch before a workout, because you're activating while increasing range of motion instead of just statically, so that your muscles relax and turn off. So we don't want that during out. That can lead to pulling and issues with the structural balance of your muscles while you work out. So here she's going to press against me a little bit, and you're going to see as she releases and release, it drops much easier. I was having trouble going forward. Go press again. She's going to press for 8 seconds and release, and we go all the way down. And we do that 4 times. And at the end, what I like to do to make sure the other side of the muscle is firing is you pull. Go ahead, pull. So she's firing the hamstring there. Sometimes you'll feel a little cramp going on because your body's not used to flexing in that position. So we're actually teaching that, and that's a good thing. And when we teach that, it usually allows this to release for a longer period of time. The more we do it, the longer it stays, and then when you exercise properly, should keep you flexible constantly, basically. The next thing we're going to show is the QL stretch, which is over here. She's going to line the foot just on the outside of the position of the cable. The foot's right outside, and she's going to reach over with her whole trunk going that way. So she's really flexible at this. You should at least be able to get your wrist past your foot. This really stretches the QL, which is what stabilizes the back laterally. But sometimes if this is really tight, you're going to feel pain. And so this is one of our favorite ways. So you can just open up to at least 90 degrees if you're as flexible as she is, and really let the weight kind of take you, and also move if you want to give a dynamic to the stretch, and so that you're not actually just statically stretching, you're actually turning on the muscles and making them fire properly. You can do some reps like that, and we'll do very well. So the next thing is the pigeon stretch. So glute connects here to your lower back, and if the glute's tight, it'll tighten the whole chain together with the hamstring, the glute, and the lower back, right? So we want to release the glute, make sure it doesn't tighten up the chain. And so she's gonna sit this about square with the shoulders, and she's gonna go straight down. So she's very flexible. Now, if you're not very flexible, we can use another alternative. So if you're not very flexible, there's different gradients that you could do. You could use like that, square up, fold forward. Okay, if you're good at that, we just come here, drop it, and then get to the right gradient. What I don't like is when one person leans all the way this way. I would like the hips to be squared first and go down. And if you can't do that, just lower the gradient until you can. Lower it. Good. So these are some of my favorite stretches to release tension in the lower back if there's any area in which you are tight. These are some of my favorite stretches. Stretches don't necessarily handle the problem altogether. Remember, if you have a problem, there's either stability, which is your strength training, or there's flexibility. So this handles just the flexibility part. If you have a tightness, it can lead to low back pain, no doubt. But does it mean it'll fix everybody's low back pain? Not necessarily. So you need to handle, so this handles number one. You need to handle also stability, which is correct training. So if you like the content and you want to see more, leave a comment below so that we can make content that's specific for your needs and wants.